Hello people, this is Mark from Kharischangeworks. Guys, I hope you are well. In this video, I really believe it's important for us, particularly in relationship to where we are in the world today, with this COVID restrictions, lockdown, and these kind of things. And the message that I want to give you today is simply this. The toughest prison you could ever escape from is the prison of the mind. You see, back in the day, Alcatraz had the reputation of being the prison of prisons. It had the reputation of once you're in, you never get out. It was supposed to be that secure up until someone did escape from it. And then of course its reputation was broken and now it's non-functional. Needless to say, prisons have evolved massively, and escaping from modern prisons is a lot more complicated and, I would guess, very, very difficult to accomplish. But let me tell you now, back in the day I was working with homeless men, and a lot of them were in and out of prison. And they've told me multiple times that there are more people in prison who are freer than people who are walking the street, living in houses and so on and so forth. Because the people in this in society are ensnared by this prison, wherein, let's just say the real prison or a physical prison, there's a lot of free people there. I know. You see, in prison, physical prison, all you've got to do is do as you're told. You're a number. You don't exist. Your human rights is taken away, or in some prisons they are, in other prisons maybe not so much. And you, for a better word, are nothing more than a puppet on a string. You just do as you're told, get your meals, do your exercise, and stay in your cell. From what I've been told, that's pretty much it. And from time to time you do other little odd jobs, such as laundry, and if you're a good moral prisoner, you might do other things. By and large, there's no accountability and there's no responsibility other than do as you're told. However, when you are in this prison here, it's a different ball game. Life still goes on. You still have to take responsibility. You still have accountability. You still have to make decisions. You still have to do your daily thing, your weekly thing. And you need to continue doing life. But you're in prison. This one. A very complicated one to escape from. Now, how do we get into this prison? Sometimes I think we get into that prison by choice. By deliberately following and doing things that trap us. That's a possibility. Sometimes we believe things that intellectually we know is incorrect. And we believe it and we continue down that vein, and eventually we are so ensnared that we're trapped. Wrong thinking, wrong believing, all this kind of stuff. But then there's other things like guilt, shame, remorse, unbelief. And I'm not necessarily talking about a spiritually based belief, unbelief in feeling hopeless and helpless, those kind of things. And whilst we need to get out of that mindset, it's not as easy as it seems. You see, things need to align in a particular way for us to be able to move forward, but that's not easy. In the physical prison, you get a judge, the jury, the prosecutor, the defense, you know, the people who come and listen to the court case. And it all hinges on two people, one to defend you, one to accuse you. The judge and the jury makes the final decision. And then that goes to the judge, and he kind of makes the ultimate decision, what's going on and what's going to happen. So, in many ways, you are dependent on other people to who will either let you in or who will keep you out of prison, the real physical one. In this one here, you yourself are judge, the jury, the prosecutor, the defense lawyer, you everything. You are the prison warden, you're the prison staff with all the keys, you everything. And whilst you have keys to that prison cell, it's not as easy as saying, oh, I'm going to use this key and I'm going to unlock that prison cell, the door. I wish it was that easy, because then if it was, I reckon 90+% of people who are walking around with guilt and shame and remorse and these kind of things, negative beliefs, wouldn't be there. We'd be a happy society. Oh, by the way, the media plays a whopping role in assisting us to believe negative things. I was speaking to Lara only yesterday or the day before, and she made a very good point that as far as this COVID is concerned, more people recover from it than who actually pass away from it. Yet the media will never ever tell you about that statistic, because that brings hope. And the media doesn't want you to have hope. The media wants you to remain in a place of despair. Interesting, isn't it? So what I'm saying to you here is there's always two sides to every single story, to every scenario that you might encounter yourself. But it's your thinking, it's your perspective and your choice of how you're going to tackle it will determine whether you are in this prison or whether you are free in the land of the so-called free. This has got nothing to do with a physical prison. But I reckon those in a physical prison have learned the secret to unlock certain doors here, where us in society, we are still blinded by these external influences that keep us in this prison. And I suppose it is because in a physical prison there is no additional unnecessary stimulation to assist us down this negative pathway. That's all I want to say to you today. This prison is far more complicated to escape, even though you yourself hold the key to that door. Because we are disabled, we are crippled by our own thinking. And I want to encourage you today, you don't have to be. I want to encourage you today, you shouldn't be. I want to encourage you today that when you change the way that you look and think about things, things change. I want to encourage you today that it is possible to get out of this one, that prison, to a place of freedom. I want to encourage you today, the sooner you start, the sooner that will be accomplished. So, make a start to start looking at things with, for a better word, different eyes. Maybe you need to remove the spectacles that you wear to put on new spectacles in order to sit and think about what brings you the freedom that you deserve. What will aid you to become free up here? Now, Lara and I, we both have studied some hypnosis. I have studied eye movement therapy. And in the event that these kind of things have trapped you in a mental prison, both of us have skills and tools to help you get out of this prison. So I'm going to encourage you to utilize some of this skill set that we've got for your benefit. I hope that this video has encouraged you and motivated you and caused you to think whether you are in this prison or whether you still remain free. Whichever way, put it in the comments box, please. And while you're there, please do all the YouTube admin. You know what to do. For now, this is Mark from Kharischangeworks. I'll speak to you soon.